Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract abundance effortlessly while others struggle their whole lives without achieving results? Bob Proctor, considered one of the greatest teachers of the mind and manifestation, revealed a secret so powerful that if you apply it, it can open the doors to unlimited abundance. And today, I'm going to show you how this hidden principle works and how you can apply it in your own life. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to this channel and give this video a like. Because here, we share the most transformative knowledge about the law of attraction, abundance, and personal growth. Also, I want you to comment below. What does the word abundance mean to you? Money, inner peace, opportunities? Leave your answer, because I'll be reading every comment. And don't forget to check the links in the description for complimentary materials that will help you go even deeper into this topic. Now, Bob Proctor's secret begins with a striking truth. Abundance is not something external you have to chase, but a frequency that already exists and that you must tune into. Most people live trapped in a cycle of lack because their thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are aligned with scarcity. And since the subconscious mind doesn't question, it simply obeys, continuing to attract more of the same. What Bob discovered is that change begins with your self-image, in the way you see yourself and in what you believe you deserve. If inside you live in scarcity, no matter how hard you work or how much effort you put in, you will always hit an invisible limit that blocks your growth. That limit lives in your paradigms. Those mental programs you've carried since childhood that direct 95% of your decisions without you even noticing. And here comes the most impactful part. Abundance is not created. It already exists. You don't have to build it. You only have to remove the mental barriers that prevent you from experiencing it. When you change the vibration of your mind, your outer world has no choice but to change with you. Imagine for a moment what would happen if you stopped acting from a place of lack and started vibrating with the certainty that you are already abundant. That single idea could transform your destiny. And here comes a fundamental concept that Bob Proctor repeated over and over. Your conscious mind is the entrance, but it is your subconscious mind that rules. That is why, even if you say you want wealth or prosperity, if deep down your subconscious is programmed with fear, doubt, or scarcity beliefs, the results will never change. Think of your life as a thermostat. You may want more money, opportunities, or success, but if your internal thermostat is set to scarcity, you will always return to the same point. You might earn more but lose it. You might get an opportunity but sabotage it. And all of this happens unconsciously because your paradigms operate automatically. The amazing part is that this thermostat can be reprogrammed. Bob taught that you must start living mentally the reality you want before it exists physically. This means using the power of visualization, gratitude, and faith to expand your consciousness. When you feel with absolute certainty that you already have what you desire, your subconscious accepts it as real and begins attracting circumstances that reflect it. And here is the magic. It is not enough to passively wish for abundance. You must embody it. If you feel abundant, you will make bolder decisions, surround yourself with inspiring people, and see possibilities where others only see obstacles. Your energy changes, and as you change, your environment changes too. Now take a moment to reflect. What limiting belief is holding you back today? What is that inner voice telling you that you cannot, do not deserve, or that it's impossible for you? Recognizing that programming is the first step to freeing yourself. Because what you do not identify, you continue to repeat automatically. Here's a core idea Bob Proctor emphasized repeatedly. Your conscious mind is the gateway, but it's your subconscious mind that truly governs your results. Even if you say you want wealth and success, if your subconscious is wired with fear, doubt, or scarcity, nothing will change. Think of your life like a thermostat. You may want more money, opportunities, or success, But if your internal thermostat is set to scarcity, you'll always return to the same point. You might earn more, but you'll lose it. You might have opportunities, but sabotage them. All this happens unconsciously because your paradigms work automatically. The good news is that this thermostat can be reprogrammed. Bob taught that you must mentally live the reality you desire before it physically manifests. This involves visualization, gratitude, and faith to expand your consciousness. When you feel with absolute certainty that you already have what you desire, your subconscious accepts it as reality and begins attracting circumstances that match it. Here's the magical part. It's not about waiting passively for things to happen. It's about acting from this new vibration. When you feel abundant, you make bolder decisions, surround yourself with inspiring people, and see possibilities where others see obstacles. Your energy shifts, and as you shift, so does your environment. Now ask yourself, what would happen if, starting today, you acted as if you were already a prosperous and abundant person? What decisions would you make? What habits would you adopt? That mindset is the key to unlocking unlimited abundance. Bob Proctor often said something that shook everyone who heard it. If you want to change your life, change your self-image. And this makes perfect sense because your self-image is the invisible map guiding every aspect of your existence. You can dream big, but if deep down you don't see yourself capable, you'll never sustain that level of success. Your self-image is like an internal mirror. If you believe you are not good enough, that money is hard to get, or that abundance is for others, that is exactly what you will continue to reflect. And here's the secret. Unlimited abundance begins when you dare to see yourself as someone who already deserves it. Not as someone who might achieve it someday, but as someone who is already inherently abundant. Bob taught that this is not arrogance, it's alignment. Life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you are. And when you raise your self-image, the quality of experiences you attract automatically rises. It's like tuning a radio station. If your frequency is low, you only pick up static and noise. But when you raise the frequency, you access clear, inspiring, and powerful music. Do you see how transformative this is? You don't need to wait for abundance to knock on your door. Abundance is already available, waiting for you to adjust your internal frequency. That adjustment starts by seeing yourself through the eyes of someone who already lives in prosperity, not someone begging for it. Ask yourself this powerful question. What would your life look like if you started treating yourself as the abundant person you already are in essence? That simple reflection can mark the beginning of your awakening to limitless wealth. Bob Proctor revealed that the universe always responds to the energy you emit, and that energy is determined by your dominant thoughts. If your thoughts revolve around scarcity, even if you say you want prosperity, you're actually sending a signal of lack. And the universe, which acts as a perfect mirror, reflects more of the same back to you. That's why he emphasized the importance of gratitude. Gratitude is not just saying thank you, it's a state of consciousness. When you feel deep gratitude, you place yourself in the frequency of someone who already possesses, who already enjoys, and who already receives. From that vibration, you open the doors for more abundant experiences to flow into your life. Imagine waking up every morning with the certainty that you are already rich in opportunities, health, love, and resources. That powerful emotion not only transforms your day, but starts changing the way your subconscious interprets reality. You become more receptive, more creative, and most importantly, more magnetic to what you desire. Bob also taught that repetition is the key to programming the subconscious mind. Every time you practice gratitude, visualize, and affirm, you're not just daydreaming. You're installing a new program inside you. When that program becomes stronger than your old paradigms, your life starts to shift radically. Now, consider this. What would happen if for 30 days you focused all your attention on what you already have and what you love about your life? That simple exercise can elevate your vibration so high that abundance has no choice but to find you. The law is clear, like attracts like, and you will always draw what you focus on with emotion. Another essential aspect that Bob Proctor taught was aligned action. Many people believe the law of attraction means sitting back and waiting for everything to magically happen, but the truth is different. When you raise your vibration, you also raise your level of action. You no longer act from fear or desperation, but from confidence and clarity. Aligned action emerges when your thoughts, emotions, and decisions are in coherence with the life you desire. For example, when you already feel abundant inside, you start investing in yourself, learning new skills, surrounding yourself with inspiring people, and taking steps that once seemed impossible. What's incredible is that these actions create a domino effect that accelerates your manifestations. Bob explained that you don't need to know exactly how each step will unfold. Your task is not to control the how, but to stay true to the what and the why. When you trust your vision and act from it, life shows you the path. Often these opportunities appear in ways so unexpected, they feel like miracles. Here's the real secret. Abundance does not come through force. It comes through coherence. When your mind says yes, your heart says yes, and your actions say yes, the universe has no choice but to respond accordingly. The energy you emit becomes so clear and powerful that it turns into an irresistible magnet for your desires. So I ask you, what aligned action can you take today that moves you closer to the abundant life you dream of? Sometimes it's a small step, like writing down your goals, and other times a big leap, like starting that project you've been postponing. The key is to move from the right vibration, because that's where the magic happens. Bob Proctor also warned about a silent enemy that blocks abundance: fear. This fear can disguise itself as doubt, insecurity, or the so-called logical voice that constantly reminds you of your limitations. Curiously, this fear does not arise from the present, but from old memories and conditioning that your mind repeats to keep you in the familiar zone. The secret is to understand that fear is not a signal to stop, but a signal to move forward. Bob said that when you feel fear while taking a step toward your dream, it's precisely a sign that you are leaving the old paradigm and entering a space of expansion. Discomfort is a sign of growth, not failure. Think about how many opportunities you've let pass by listening to that inner voice saying, "You can't," or "It's not for you." Every time you gave in to fear, you reinforced a scarcity paradigm. But every time you acted despite fear, even trembling inside, you took a step toward abundance. The difference between those who manifest and those who don't is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act in spite of it. Here, faith plays a crucial role, not as religion, but as inner certainty. Faith is the energy that allows you to move forward even when you don't yet see results in the physical world. It's believing in the invisible with such force that the invisible has no choice but to become visible. So next time fear arises, don't see it as an enemy. See it as a signal that you are on the right path. As Bob Proctor said, if your dreams don't scare you a little, they aren't big enough. And now we reach the climax of Bob Proctor's secret. Unlimited abundance is not something you have to achieve. It's something you already are. The real work is not chasing money, opportunities, or external circumstances, but removing the internal barriers that prevent you from recognizing your own greatness. When you integrate everything we've discussed, the reprogramming of your paradigms, gratitude, visualization, aligned action, and faith, you begin living in a state of certainty rather than scarcity. In this state, life flows more easily. You start attracting what once seemed impossible because your energy becomes a magnet for prosperity. Always remember this: the universe does not respond to what you say you want. It responds to the vibration you emit. And if you manage to vibrate at the frequency of abundance, everything else will naturally follow as an inevitable consequence. So I leave you with this invitation. From today onward, start treating yourself as someone who is already abundant. Speak, think, and act from that identity. and watch how gradually your external world begins to transform. If this message resonated with you, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and visit the links in the description to access materials that will help you deepen your journey toward abundance. And don't leave yet. Another video is appearing on your screen right now that will reveal equally powerful keys to expand your life. Click and continue discovering how to manifest the reality you deserve.